to Paris, though, because he is talking to the people as they are filing in Paris.
County just ignored it and said, no, we're going to release the guy to the street, the guy who had assaulted a police officer, who had assaulted a corrections officer once he was in custody, a guy who went after a resident with a machete, and they let him out on the street. Now that he's been subsequently rearrested or arrested by federal agents, the correction facilities in now won't even let this guy out of his cell, so they let him out on the street.
And I should mention that folks back home in Chicago, we're speaking with Congressman Jim Jordan from Ohio. What they're saying is that the Trust Act, if ICE does issue a criminal warrant, then local authorities will cooperate with the detainers. They'll cooperate in any way that the federal immigration agency wants.
The situation I just described, a situation in New York where there's a detainer with also an arrest warrant, and they didn't comply. That's just ridiculous. But the whole concept is, why not just comply? If you let the individual out on the street, it takes more agents. You endanger law enforcement, you endanger the public, and frankly, you endanger the migrant. We've had situations where they let someone out. It took 6 agents to go get him. Agents were injured. The migrant gets injured. The public safety is jeopardized. So why not just do it the common sense way? That's the point.
Is there compromise with Democrats on that? Maybe on the issue of detainers and holding them if ICE.
I think the common sense question is, why not just work with federal law enforcement? Why not just do it? Come on. It's like, don't take a genius to figure this out. Common sense says, here's a bad guy who's done bad things. You're going to release him. Why not just turn him over to ICE instead of making them go find him on the street? I mean, some of these places will release him and they'll say release to the street. Well, just let the ICE agent walk in, put the cuffs on him, and take him into custody. Why did they have to go find him on the street? It's just so stupid, and everyone knows it's stupid.
On the other end of the law, can I get you to comment on the situation in California? Do you believe, as Democrats say, the president's over his skis here in federalizing National Guard without the consent of the governor?
Oh, he's trying to protect the families and the communities, the small business owners in those communities who have everything turned upside down, where people are, firebombing cars and attacking police officers and throwing rocks through cars and things off of overpasses. He's trying to bring some order back there. The country agrees with the president.
All right, thanks, Congressman. Congressman Jim Jordan, Republican of Ohio.